I have often had the thought when I've heard the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town that some of the lyrics could be applied, could be true of Jesus Christ. He's making a list, he's checking it twice, he's going to find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Welcome to Truth Talk with Ed Skipper, published 3 times a week. The words of Peter here may surprise you in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 17. Since you call on a Father who judges each person's work impartially, live out your time as foreigners here in reverent fear. Why are we to live out our lives in reverent fear as foreigners? Because he judges each person's work impartially. So I want to be asking the question, God, what do you think of what I'm thinking and what I'm doing? God, how can I please you? Now understand that judgment has been taken care of at the cross for those who are in Christ Jesus. The penalty has been paid and hell is not my future. So I don't fear judgment in that sense. But even for believers, our works will be evaluated one day by Jesus Christ, and we will be rewarded accordingly, and that is to motivate us today. He judges each person's work impartially. I was speaking to a couple that was about my age on the Oregon coast one time. I asked them if they thought they were going to heaven, and they said yes. And I said, on what basis do you think you'll get to go? And the woman said, our relative is a Catholic priest, and there is no way that he would allow God to send us to hell. So their hope was based on a mere human being, and that's misplaced because this passage and others say God is impartial in how he judges. We are also to live as foreigners here. This world is not our home. There's a sense in which we are out of place. I did a wedding in Scottsdale, Arizona, and it was on a golf course at a country club. And I learned that the initiation fee for that country club was $250,000, $250,000 just to get in, and then the monthly fees on top of that. I did not know that such a thing existed. And during the reception at that wedding, the waiters came, and in uniform, they dropped down and put the soup on our table. And I remember thinking, wow, I am really out of place here. And so it is with us as believers. We are out of place in this world. Yes, Jesus is sufficient. His grace is enough for us. He gives us peace and joy. But my affections are set on Jesus and on the world to come. As someone has said, this life is merely a bridge that we are passing over. Don't build dwellings on it. But when it comes to this reverent fear that we are to have for God, it's not the fear of a slave trembling before his master, but more like the fear of a child before his loving father, the proper respect that is due his name. It's not that I'm going to go to hell, oh no, now that I'm in Christ. But it is, I don't want to displease my loving Father. Hey, for more about the judgment seat of Christ, check out episodes 88 through 96 of Truth Talk with Ed Skipper. And until next time, may you live your life knowing that God is an impartial judge. May you live your life as a foreigner here with reverent fear.